back out to $6. Has had good support for Gay Waterhouse. Of the others in the betting, Carlton Ford 11 to 13, Paprika 262.40, Koblenz 17.16, Racing Pegasus $9 to 11, Horizon 7.
The gates open, they're off and racing. Paprika came out in about the second half of the field. Big Tony was the 50, and then Moonlight, Hussey and Fast Lover is last. They're on the bend, 500 metres left to go. It's Big Tony and Double Heart coming around the bend in front of Psychics, Racing Pegasus, and here is Paprika. Pulled out to make a run. Carlton Forward's on its back, and they're followed by Our Dreaming Koblenz and Shadow Assassins trying to get his way through. In the straight, Double Heart, Psychics and Paprika led. Carlton Forward followed by Fairchild coming to the 200 and Paprika went to the lead. Motown Ladies getting up on the fence and Feelin' Ready's coming late. Paprika the leader. Feelin' Ready and Motown Lady. The three of them are coming to the line and Feelin' Ready. Feelin' Ready got up and won the millions from either Paprika or Motown Lady. Shadow Assassins probably fourth in front of Horizon's Carlton Forward. The next time is Fairchild. Feelin' Ready. $76, $99 and $90 depending where you bet. Jason Holder for Bruce McLaughlin has come from nowhere down the...
Who's been the best back.
Won't be long before they're called in here. I thought Chester Jester.
He'll make a lovely size horse. Well, here he is today winning the Magic Millions.
Good on you, Bruce. Yeah, father and son combination there. Jason and Bruce McLaughlin.
Give him his chance and one go at him, you know.
Well, we've always had the opinion, and Dad has always said he'll be a size Castlemaine horse, 1,400 a mile. He'd be a lovely 3-year-old. He's crying out for 7 furlongs and
13 Door Falls. Brenton Abdullah taking the ride for Lee Freedman, claiming 3 to bring it down to 53. 1 under the limit. 7 starts for 3 wins.
Yeah, $11 into $8.50, obviously due to the fact that she will also race right up there on the pace. Oh, she's a very honest filly, makes her own luck.
Step up to 1,200 metres of class. Happy Snap, and now sliding forward is La Bellaroo. Quickly comes into it 3 wide. The Door Falls waits for a run. Tim wide on the track. Turkia takes off as well. Then Cecilia, and back on the inside, Distant Harmony. The race is on now towards home corner. It's Tempest Toss and La Bellaroo putting it to the fave. They come around the bend, spacing the rest by 3. La Door Falls tries to get off their back into the straight. 200 left to go. La Bellaroo, Tempest Toss. La Door Falls now closes on the outside. La Bellaroo tackled by La Door Falls. Tempest Toss still fights. Tempest Toss, La Door Falls. Whoa, this is close. Tempest Toss or La Door Falls in a head bobber. La Bellaroo weakened the last 20, finished third. Then Distant Harmony. In behind them was Happy.
Has dived at the line and might have got...
It may have too. And
may have got there right on the line. Number 2 win that. 2 will beat 1.
Said More Joyce would dramatically alter the Golden Slipper betting. Well, it didn't quite happen then, but certainly did after yesterday.
Clean up, who's about to be clicked up. Then came Big Birdie Symphony a long way back. They were followed near the tail of the field by Spondula pulling out. In the straight, let's see what this boom 2-year-old's got. More Joy. She's canted up to fave. Look to have her covered all ends up, and she's now. Rawilla said, let's go, girl, and she's raced away. Joyce put pay to them, 2 or 3 lengths in front of Fove. Then came Big Birdie making up ground from clean up. More Joyce, oh, she's killing them. This is very, very good. More Joyce wins it by 4 lengths to Big Birdie. Third, maybe clean.
Yes, a slow start. The only flaw there for More Joyous, but Nash knew he was on something good, Ronnie, and he rode accordingly.
Look, she looks a real horse, doesn't she? She's got that beautiful pedigree. She looks an athlete, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And
seeing's believing.
Seeing is believing, and she did look fantastic there. If you want to pull it apart a little,
That gold, would you take 4 to 1 about Gold Trail in a Golden Slipper right now?
turn it up.
Would you?
For mugs, it should be 15 to 1. We're about to see some outstanding 2-year-olds get to the race.
15 to 1.
The only thing I'd say, Ron, is that the slipper's not till, I think, early April.
That's right. It's 11 weeks away. It is a long time.
I think it's very smart because there's going to be a rush, and when these qualifying races come around, there's going to be a heap of nice horses.
Money.
2 wins in the bank, in the bag, prize money up, and then get a right for the day.
Yeah.
Then you can take your time then. And you
Ronnie, mind your head, we must have told him to do just that as he walks in here with a low ceiling on it. They had a front that I'd have to chase to get. Basically, there hadn't been a lot of money for the horse. but there hadn't been much money for anything else to book.
Bunched up by the school. El Segundo tacks on and only 4 to 5 lengths covered them. Lucky Secret in front of Mr. Baritone. Mind Your Head out 3 wide. Light Fantastic has to wait for the run. Knew it just urging the grey along, and then Cosinero, Von Costa to Hero and El Segundo. Lucky Secret leader, a length and a half. Light Fantastic, he's got plenty of room to come out after the leader. Lucky Secret kicked by 2. Light Fantastic coming after him, and then Mind Your Head. It's Lucky Secret about a length in front. Light Fantastic trying very hard, but Lucky Secret holding on near the line, and Lucky Secret will win by a neck to Light Fantastic. He really closed late. Von Costa to Hero. There was the eye catcher. He stormed home along the rails third. Mind Your Head ran fourth. Just behind those horses, El Segundo, more than satisfactory, followed then by Cosinero, Mr. Baritone at the end of the field.
Well, Lucky Secret maintains an outstanding record at this track, now taking the Group 2 Carline Stakes. He's raced here 7 times for 6 wins and a placing. Wound right down fitness-wise today. Dan Barrett able to control a pretty even tempo here. Not much pressure to him up front once he controlled it. Light Fantastic worked off his back. Best work, as he often does. He's been pretty much friendless here on course with the bookmakers, though.
Well, you know, shilling 8.50 into 7. So that's an interesting move on a horse.
And the field is ready. Over a length, Cosinero. Shilling out deeper. Bow Hunter on the fence. Road to Rock between horses. Here comes the big boy, Largo Lad, with his run. Elizabethan looking for a gap, and Princess Maritza stole it at the 300. Still a narrow leader, about a length in front of Cosinero. Road to Rock, Shilling gone. Bow Hunter battling away. Largo Lad out deeper. Still stole it. 150 to go. 2 lengths, Road to Rock and Largo Lad. They're closing now. Stole it, getting tied. Largo Lad and Road to Rock are coming to the lead together. They hit the line, and Largo Lad's got there right on the post to beat Road to Rock. Stole it third, and behind them to finish in the race then Cosinero, Bow Hunter, Princess Maritza made a
Metres for the first time in his career. Absolutely friendless on course. Didn't have a friend in the world. $4 at the 6 means nothing. $5.50 on Super Tab as he guns down Road to Rock.
Yeah, I think so. Look, he's a late maturing horse who's got a. He's huge, and I think he could be like a really good, honest horse that'll.
Through from Sporting Bet, absolutely unlayable. This Apache Cat, $5.40. Bookies on course here, $4.60 at the moment, but can't ride his name. Weekend Hustler, good odds on the totes, $2.80, $2.70, $2.60. Nice. Interesting. You look at the Weekend Hustler attempting to come back from the Caulfield Cup. There are 2 great winners. Mahogany was first up, coming off a 7th of 9 in the turn.
Of course, and they're followed then Snappy Tom, and then Scenic Blast, and Swick was last, but only 5 or 6 covered the field. Valander at the 400, led by a length. Grand Duel, Swiss Ace, Typhoon Z running on. Apache Cat and Weekend Hustler trying to get runs through the field. They've got a bit of work to do, the pair of them. It's Valander tackled by Grand Duels, Typhoon Z, Swiss Ace behind them. Scenic Blast is running on. It's Grand Duels, Valander, Typhoon Z, Scenic Blast. Scenic Blast from Perth. He blows them away and scores 3/4. Typhoon Z. Grand Duels might grab the third. Weekend Hustler flashed home late. Valander over on the inside. Out deep on the course, Apache Cat, he ended up weaving his way through and getting to the outside. Made a little bit of late ground, and Swick was out wide.
Scenic, what a remarkable horse has been. So the Melbourne Cup winner and the Lightning winner. I'm sure if it was the owners, but there's a bet of 25,000 each way or something like that at the big odds. So hopefully the boys have loaded up.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure. Would have missed that trouble also. He's coming back from a 1.5 mile campaign last preparation in a 1,000-metre sprint for the first time. He should have been 3 lengths back, and then he could have saved him up like the winner was saved up, even like Swick was saved up, and it got home. I mean, if he had ridden him a little bit colder, he would have got over the top of them, providing he got to the outside. He could have put them to the sword, I thought, Ronnie.
Yeah, look, it's down the straight, 1,000 metres. You don't need anything to go wrong.
No, that's
everything went right for the winner. Geez, Western Australia can find a sprinter. And this horse, no exception at all. I think he had a throat operation at the end of last preparation.
Yes, now this is pretty smart.
Looks good.
For 2-year-olds, the horse's name is Streets Away. Now it's over on the fence, getting into second placing now.
Clear second and give chase, but Excite and Excel past the 200. Oh, look at this Street Cry Colt go now. Oh, he's something special, this. Streets Away, shot to the front, dashed away with 100 to go. Release runs to second, but you're looking at a good horse here. Streets Away by 4 to Release. Fantotes has run third. Excite and Excel fourth.
I said before the race, he's a nice horse. He's improved since that first run. And he probably should only improve again now with a bit of racing.
But I tell you what, Alan Thomas got rather excited about that.
Now, Al got excited about Bicky Tin Blues one day, though, didn't?
Oh, leave Al. This is a serious horse, Ronnie.
Oh no, this is. I love these turn of speed here. Although the leader's going like someone hitting with a cricket bat over the head there. That makes it emphasises how this horse is hitting the line. But when Alan Bailey leaves one in the slipper, you take note. He doesn't get carried away, and I'm sure he won't make a decision on a Sydney trip until he's good and ready to make it.
Esaura is in front and had been taken on in the middle stages.
And then Richard the Brave, who got a Pratt mid-race, but Essaouira sneaks about a length and a half in front around the home turn. Following it is Seventh Heart. U-Bolt's had enough. Carlton Forward's done with. Intrigue is making ground, but Essaouira left them behind. Shot 5 in front. It's all over. Carlton Forward's battling along with U-Bolt. And Green Mango's getting home, but Essaouira eased right up. Won it by 6. Bolted in from Green Mango, getting up for second. A good effort, really.
Esaouira by Exceed Excel out of
Alize,
yeah.
Ronnie, what do you think?
Well, what do you think? Do you want Streets Away or do you want that?
Oh, I want Streets Away.
It's like Wildly and Alinghi again.
I'll tell you the only problem. I've got no problem with it. It's a super win. The second horse won a Murray Bridge maiden. The third horse ran 5th in a Seymour maiden at its previous start. There was 3 or 4 other ones there. Intrigue ran 8th of 9 in a Bendigo maiden. I know the margin was big. I know it cruised in. I'll just reserve my judgment slightly.
Michael, what have they got to actually? Michael, what have they got to actually do? What have they got to actually do to impress you? Because
break the sound barrier.
Unlike you, I do delve into them slightly.
Stallion at Cambridge stud, and so some pretty smart horses. Metal Bender himself, he's won 2 of 3, and he did run on really well first up with those brilliant sectionals. A really promising type.
So short.
Number 2.
Shorts. One punter is 200,000 to win 100,000 at the $1.50. So they're...
Dragon. They were followed by Naval Escort and Metal Bender now easing out 3 wide and about to come into the race. This good speed's really going to play right up his alley. Homeward bound, Big Ethan leads. He's out by 6 lengths on Gigino and Fashion Statement from Hangover Henry. Kiss of the Dragon comes out. Metal Bender being pushed along, coming to the outside, trying to make up ground. Big Ethan front runner. Down to the 350, 2 lengths on Gigino. Kiss of the Dragon running on. Metal Bender taking a while to wind up on the outside and further back Fashion Statement. The favourites now starting to knuckle down. Kiss of the Dragon after Gigino. Metal Bender coming at the pair. Metal Bender moved up on the outside of Gigino and he took the lead, the favourite. It's not looking pretty, or some stage of the race not looking pretty, but he's going to go on and win it. Metal Bender comes away the last little bit by 3/4 to a length. Gigino. Hangover Henry ran 3rd, then Kiss of the Dragon, Naval Escort.
Now Metal Bender, Dan getting past.
Very, very good Metal Bender, and I think he'll go through the grades and finish in the Group 1s. 2 Gigino.
Tura. There followed Western Coup making a move, and Scenic Shot gets his back to work home. Down Under Boy goes with Scenic Shot, and they're followed by God's Hand coming around the outside from Courtney Art Success and Rumbird. Kin Charm coming back a length and a half. Just Look, Western Coup. Down Under Boy coming on. Scenic Shot comes with him. They sweep wide, and then God's Hand. Kin Charm tackled by Western Coup. Scenic Shot just got a little bump from Down Under Boy. Just Look got through to tackle them at the 200. There's about 4 or 5 across the track. God's Hand with the last rush at them. Just Look in front of Scenic Shot and God's Hand. God's Hand coming at Just Look. Scenic Shot in the middle. God's Hand and Scenic Shot with they hit the line. Oh, I think maybe God's Hand on the outside in a 3-way photo finish from either Just Look and Scenic Shot. The 3-way go, a terrific finish.
It will. God's Hand will get the photo here. God's Hand finally breaks through. Been racing well for Michelle, but hasn't been winning. Does so today. And
a little later, dividends on screen, $6.50 for the winner at $1.80. Michelle Payne, the winning rider. One Scenic. There's that little vibe from Mark Kavanagh today that Mel Devian's pretty forward and ready to rock and roll, even though he hasn't won first up. Light Fantastic.
Devian lines up into the stalls. They're getting ready here. Field getting set for the Sporting Bet CF4. Group 1 weight for age. There's the favourite going in. Light Trail, Thesio fourth, the inside, and then a next. Moldavian the leader, out by a length. Von Costa to Hero second as they go to the 800. 3 lengths away, Light Fantastic. 2 lengths, Thesio, Zarita, a length and a half, El Segundo. Fiumicino next the rail from Alamosa, Nicanero, Borghurst, Master O'Reilly and Sermione. 12 covered them, 600 to run. And Maldivian bowling along. He's a couple of lengths in front of On Costa de Hero. A length and a half, Light Fantastic to Thesio, Fiumicino, Zarita, Alamosa, and then El Segundo as they neared the corner from Borghurst, Nicanero. It's Maldivian swinging wide. He leads by 2 lengths around the turn from Von Costa de Hero, Light Fantastic. Further back in the field is Thesio and then Alamosa. Maldivian at the 200 by 2 lengths to Light Fantastic. Von Costa de Hero and Alamosa on the outside from Thesio. Maldivian's done it all. He's a length in front. Alamosa diving out wide late. Maldivian hanging on and won to CF4 by a half a length to Alamosa and a head away then to Thesio. Light Fantastic ran fourth and just behind them Zarita boxed on well. Borghurst ran a great race and further back was Nicanero, Master O'Reilly, El Segundo.
23.4 the time. First 848.3, home in 35.1, so that's just a good, even, strong, steady gallop from start to finish, as we mentioned.
They're 4 wide. Pricked a length and a half away. Oliver went forward on Mick Mac, but they were going that quickly. He's decided to steady now, but he is still caught 3 wide around that first turn. Followed Sol now third. A length further back as Mick Mac going up to fourth. Rihanna's hard ridden on the inside. Pricked is on his outside, running up into a pocket. And then Trust Us and Confounded and Liberty Edition coming from well back. It's Mick Mac out wide on the course, going up to Champagne Harmony. Outdo is beaten. Trust Us runs on. Liberty Edition is wide and coming. And then Bartoldi, but Mick Mac shot away. Opened up 2 lengths in front now from Champagne Harmony, Trust Us and Liberty Edition. But Mick Mac is coming away to make it 4 out of 4 and did it easily. Mick Mac won it by 4 lengths on the post. Trust Us and Champagne Harmony photo finish for the Miners. Bartoldi or Rebel.
There's a lot to talk about here. The winner, outstanding performance. They went so hard here. They almost broke the track record for the 1,000, the first 1,000 here in 57.9 out in 34.
Champagne Harmony, spectacular. Mick Mac, better than spectacular. Best form race run anywhere in Australia yesterday.
Without a doubt. Here's
Australia Stakes. Good sense of build-up here with Weekend Hustler and Apache Cat about to do battle and time for Weekend Hustler.
It's $1.70 on track. He's $1.80, as you can see on Super Tab. Apache Cat $5.70 on the tote. He's 5 out to 6 already on track.
Thing looks to be fine from our side here, Noel.
Yeah, everything's fine, Bruce, down here.
Mister. The side, Time Thief the leader, Chesbury Jack a neck away, Apache Cat a length further back out 3 wide, Mind Your Head tracking up on the fence. Weekend Hustler about 4 deep going past the 600 metres. 2 lengths to Orange County, a length and a half for Mister. Time Thief with on the outside now. Tesbury Jack joining him. Apache Cat right there. Gee, there's no place for the faint-hearted here. Weekend Hustler's been on a wide run, but he's still about a length and a half off. Mind Your Head dropped out for Mister and Orange County are closing. Apache Cat race to the lead from Time Thief. Weekend Hustlers under the whip. Apache Cat in front of Time Thief trying to rally. Then Weekend Hustler and Orange County. It's Apache Cat though. He's clear. He'll go back to back. And Apache Cat bounces back. Won it by 3 for Mister. Time Thief or Orange County photoed for third. Weekend Hustler fifth. Then Chesbury Jack and Mind Your Head.
Out and top of the straight, lets him go. He dominates. And what a race, because they went out in 45.6 for the first 800. Almost broke the track record for the 1,000, 57.4.
Did you get on the 110s?
You know, when he straightened up, you know, it was just a sensational feeling.
Suppose you've done nothing different. No,
you know, there's only one way you silence the critics in this industry and you win. And, you know, it's, yeah, it gives us a lot to think about, to be quite honest. I mean, it's...
Great, Greg Bowles' call, getting it absolutely right. The Cat bounces back, and he ran exactly the same time as he did last year, 19.64. Work that one out. $7. Work that one out. Vormister, excellent.
It just all come together. But I think even from the jump out of the barriers yesterday, he just seemed a different horse.
One thing, let's talk about Weekend Hustler, because obviously he's our other, you know, champion horse that we were.
That's not there. Maybe he that. The hard spring is coming.
A hangover?
A hangover from the hard spring.
Look, that is a possibility, isn't it? I mean, there's been lots of horses.
Von Costa de Hero, $6.50 into $5.50. For Vashi's out to $3.60. $10 Dr. Doots, $4.80 now for Nakoni, but has come in from the $5 quote. And most
defend on the outside in third placing. Nakoni a length and a half away, and then Travasi and Bartoldi. 2 lengths to I Am Zeus, being passed now by Hands Up for Detroit. Dr. Doots, he's at the head of the rest of them, followed by Lucky Thunderheart of Dream second last. And Von Costa to Hero turns last when they swing around the turn. Golden Dubai led by 2 lengths. Nakoni's coming out after him, and so is Fravassi. Here come the 2 favoured runners now. Nakoni got the Golden Dubai. Fravassi and he's outside, and they're well clear of the rest of them. It's Nakoni by half a length. Fravassi, this is his moment here. Nakoni by a neck. Fravassi, he's digging in deep. He's coming now. And Fravassi got to the lead and won. Fravassi got up to beat Nakoni. Heart of Dreams a slashing run. He flew home for third. I think Trust Us might hold fourth. And Von Costa, the hero.
Last 634.9, 34.9. And there's the totes just starting to come.
The market then for the Cadbury Guineas, which we head off to Flemington in a couple of weeks' time for Super Saturday, which will be a big fun.
I meant to say that he's the best caller in Australia, Greg Miles. He made a comment there, Ron.
Yeah.
It's close to the post there. This is his moment.
No, and it was his moment, Graham. I agree. That was a fantastic call because it was Fravashi's moment to stand up and show if he's a contender or a pretender. He's been unlucky a few times. He did.
Yeah.
Geez, the third horse was good there, Alf.
Ron, absolutely incredible. And I tell you what, you know, a horse going into the Guineas now, that's the one you want to be on. Have a look. It's
Will he
still
run a
getting
mile?
held up now.
He's got a sprinting pedigree. Will he run a mile? I know it looks like he will.
Well, there was some doubt about that sort of thing last prep. Yes, I agree. But I reckon Mick Price has given this the perfect preparation and on song. Like the chance of him drawing so woefully again next time is possibly unlikely. But
I want to have something development here. The Group 1 Futurity Stakes has been postponed indefinitely. I can't give you a reason why. Now, there's that they've broken the news to jockey Craig Newitt that his father's been killed in a car accident outside of Mornington. And Shane, you've been down in the area. He's determined to ride in this race.
Yeah, I've been watching all the drama unfold.
And on the tote, 2:30 on course. Blood fantastic for Craig Newitt. Good luck, Craig. 390 into 370, the same as the tote.
This has turned into an anticlimax. But anyway.
Group 1 begins in quite a fall of sadness at Caulfield, and Time Matters was the first one to bounce out on his outside. Annenkoff narrowly from Time Matters as they come around the turn, and Alamos is right there to threaten. Light Fantastic just a length and a half away. Nicanero edging away from the fence as they corner. Time Matters goes to the lead. Alamos are after it immediately as they swing for home, and the crowd starting to roar for Craig. He's winding up the grey. Light Fantastic at the 200. Alamos narrowly. Light Fantastic. Newitt's pulled the whip in the left hand, and he put his head in front. What an emotion charge finish it is. Light Fantastic. Alamosa kicks back. Nicanero flashes home and grabs them all. Nicanero wins it for the second year running. Light Fantastic, a great ride and a great second with Alamosa third. Just behind them to finish then.
It's like this today.
No, very sad for. It was going to be a great moment for Craig, but. Nico's been a great old horse and would have been a bit unlucky to lose. He was sort of boxed in. Hustler's probably just a bit better than him, but he's as good as most other horses in Victoria.
Looked off this last year. Wait for Craig Williams to in those dramatic 30 minutes prior to the race. It was an amazing day, something that I think we'll never experience again. But Steve Moran's on Nicanero's 4th Group 1.
Yeah, he's been a wonderful horse, and I think he's been placed 17 times at Group 1 level. So even to run in 17 Group 1s is a great effort.
It is.
And really, I don't think there was a person on course that at the 200 was hoping that, you know, it was going to be an Ollie moment. And it would have been great, but it was someone won and it had to be us, unfortunately. But we were
Fantastic. Doesn't run a solid mile. Yeah, look, one thing that's proven here is that Light Fantastic doesn't run a solid mile. He loomed up here to put pay to him, and he didn't because he didn't run the distance. Alamosa, no real excuse, although he was just a sitting shot there. And well, what can you say about the winner? He's just a good horse.
I think if you went through the form and you rated them on their previous performances to the level at which they'd performed, you probably rated them exactly that way. 1, 2, 3, and 4 for that matter.
The rear of the field as they
through the front, and he's riderless.
Yeah, now this is interesting too. A lot of these horses have been standing for quite some time, but until they catch Fighting Fun, I can't see that they would necessarily jump. He has gone round the back of the course now, but he is still on the course proper, Fighting Fun. So at this stage, they are set for a jump, but I think they'll probably just wait until Fighting Fun has been brought under control. Because having
and right behind them is Seventh Rock and Time Thief getting into a good place, followed by Stands Out the Rail, and then Typhoon Z improving his place to be just off the leading horses, trailed by Northern Meteor, Fist of Fury, Orange County. Ferrari. Further back, Scenic Blast getting up near the inside, followed by King Hoke, Secret Flyer. Largo Ladders well back in the field from Tramontana. Swick down the middle of the course came Grand Duels, and behind him then is Triple Honour, and they're followed by Red Element, Absolute Glam and Undue. Down towards the 300, Swiss Ace has been tackled by Aichi. Their three lengths, Burdick and Blues can't go on. Scenic Blast getting into the clear, and then Northern Meteor, Swiss Ace and Aichi fighting it out with now Scenic Blast coming at them. Aichi hit the lead at the 100. Scenic Blast mows him down. Swiss Ace comes back, but Scenic Blast won the Newmarket from Swiss Ace, Aichi. Northern Meteor flashed home for fourth, and just behind them then was Fist of Fury, Swick, and then Dewporth, followed by Absolute Glam, Tramontana.
The Lightning Stakes and the Oakley Plate winner, they run 1-2 here. Scenic Blast, that's his second Group 1 of this autumn, and he's taken out the Crown Newmarket for Stephen Arnold.
Yeah, very seriously taking on this challenge of Royal Ascot?
Yeah, we are.
Let's take out the Lightning and now also the Newmarket. And what odds we talked about when he won the Lightning there for Australians such as Scenic Desire in the same season, a Melbourne Cup winner and a Lightning Stakes winner. Now he's also got a Newmarket winner too, Steve.
Market winner, and he becomes a competitor at Royal Ascot, landing some massive bets, 75,000 each way. Thanks very much. You can work that out times 13. Swiss Ace, the Oakley Plate winner, ran right up to the...
A bit of speaking there. Pravashi still is the favourite, $3.10. $12 into $11. Bit of speaking there. Pravashi still is the favourite, $3.10, $3.80 for Heart of Dreams. Most of them seem to be loaded into the gates here on start time, the revised start time for the Cadbury Guineas. Here's Greg Miles.
Von Costa to Hero and Bartoldi. So the Guineas field on the swing for home. Pravashi in front of Golden Dubai. Trust Us waiting. Heart of Dreams eases out for a clear run. Then Lucky Thunder. Dr. Doots is running on. Eagle Falls is coming down the outside, and further back Tony out very wide here. It's Pravashi at the 300 being tackled by Heart of Dreams. Eagle Falls, Lucky Thunder. Nakoni winding up. Heart of Dreams got to the lead though at the 200 metres from Pravashi. Running on now is Von Costa to Hero down the outside, but Heart of Dreams is clear. Newitt keeps him going. He's a length and a half in front, and Heart of Dreams takes the Guineas from Von Costa to Hero. Lucky Thunder a length and a half away third from either Pravashi or Nakoni, and then Eagle Falls, and they're followed further back by Huxon.
It was well done to Craig Newitt. It's been a tumultuous week for Craig Newitt losing his father, of course, last week, and he's now ridden a Group 1 winner here with Heart of Dreams. The Shower Heart Gelding outdoing some of the blue-blooded colts here, and Craig Newitt.
Person standing around the mountain yard. Craig waves to the crowd. There's a real buzz to this crowd, and this is extraordinary as they all stand and applaud him almost to a single person. So great reception for Craig Newitt.
Yeah, keeping control.
Tribute to your father, Guy. Well done, Craig.
Thanks, Bruce. I rode this horse last start at Caulfield and got off him, and I said to my old man there and then that they wouldn't beat him today, and I'm sure he helped.
Well, you fulfilled your $16 check.
$15 quote. Arapo missed right out to 50 to 1. Zagreb, as I said, he was the absolute standout outside Thesio, who just looks incredibly fit. But Zagreb, listed winner last campaign. And
now the Daly Australian Cup field is swinging for home, and it's preeminence. The leader, Thesio's been right there every step of the way. He's had a good run, the favourite. Road to Rock comes out 3 wide. They're on the swing for home now. They're being followed by Zarita in behind the leading horses with Zagreb and Borghurst handy enough. Swinging for home now. Preeminence headed by Thesio, and Road to Rock goes with the favourite. Zarita's right behind them, waiting. No run at the moment. Zagreb comes on. Road to Rock with Thesio having a fight on his hands. Nash pulled the whip. Thesio, Road to Rock, 2 lengths in front of Zagreb. Then Nicanero coming home. Thesio finds. Hits the front at the 100 metres. Drew a length. Zagreb is coming with Nicanero. They're closing on Thesio. They hit it. Thesio last, I think, to beat Nicanero and Zagreb. Photo finishes. Behind those to finish the Rita Scenic Shot, Mastro Riley. Further back.
It's the Daly Australian Cup. The camera is Thesio. Will wait on the bob. Maybe it's not. On the outside, it is Nicanero that has taken out the Daly Australian Cup with a great run. You can see being pushed right at the Australian Cup.
Yes, a 5th Group 1 win for this extraordinary horse. I think we went through his record last week. Number 10, Zarita, and then just behind them, Scenic Shot.
Looking at that replay, he just had his head down, Thesio, but inch on him. And
One triumph for David Hayes, 1st and 3rd. Thesio Gallant running 2nd. Disappointment for Connections there, but at 8 here. These aren't great horses. He's a wonderful horse, Nicanero. He's a wonderful horse, there's no doubt. But he's not.
He's won 3 minutes.
He's not Vogue, Better Loosen Up, Superimpose.
No.
What about
March 14 handicap over the 1200 metres? It's a 2 Metro win, and we're about 14 minutes. And as you can see there, 4-year-old by Belong to Me. In terms of the details, 1 win so far.
Frank, that was 14 runs ago. He won his first start here on the Kensington track and hasn't won again. He's right foot forward, Frank. You know, he could be in the mix. He looks terrific, doesn't he? He looks healthy. Handicap, 1 Solo Flyer, $13 into $12. Number 2, Shell Pegasus.
Of intent starting to tack on. It's Solo Flyer putting his head in front here from Shell Pegasus, and Walking or Dancing is third out 3 wide. Cashew is next on the rail from Briambo's Gift. Shake the Ground midfield and deep from Mount Vesuvius. Leighton's going backwards, and then came Dillinger Sagwala, Letter of Intent around the turn, and Solo Flyer dashed away up the rise. He's 2 lengths in front. Walking or Dancing gives chase, and then Shell Pegasus, Cashew, and further back Briambo's Gift. Solo Flyer in front of the 200. About a length and a half, and Walking or Dancing is starting to come after him gamely on the outside, and so too Briambo's Gift. Solo Flyer's clinging on for the moment. He's about a half in front, and he'll do the job. Solo Flyer won it. Maybe Briambo's Gift second from Walking or Dancing in a photo. Then we've got Cashew Mount for...
Interims are on your screen there on the numbers. Race number 5 here at Randwick. Remembering, of course, the Chipping Norton, the Group 1, the big...
Get the lot here. Here's the Blamey Stakes, a feature race here this afternoon, and wide the market here. Conquering leads it.
Lago Lead ran 5th that day on the Guineas. Look, he's there. He's a bit hard to catch. You've
got market mover for sure, number 1, Sailor Girl, because that's what the one that they don't want was in the autumn. The Melbourne Cup place getter of last year, heading towards this, and then the paddock, and then the Melbourne Cup again. 17 the top.
Conquering jumped away matters 1.5 to Barlini. Then Orange County Largo Lad, and they're followed by Playwright and Just Look. Aztecs Mites are second last, and Sailor Gear. Haven't run it particularly hard. Light Vision narrowly from Conquering as they swing around the home turn. Rockpecker's got right up to be third, right behind them, followed by Marching. Annenkopf deep out as they swing from Time Matters. Orange County, Barlini pulled to the outside, and then Playwright. They're in the straight now. Gauchi felt for Conquering, and there was nothing there. As they enter the straight now, Largo Lad's got right up along the inside with Rockpecker. They hit the lead together. Where are the swoopers now? Here's Playwright starting to come home. Time Matters and Barlini were next, but Largo Lad galloped past the 200 by 2 lengths. Playwright running on strongly down the outside. Largo Lad from Playwright. Just Look is coming home. It's Largo Lad in front though. Cut the corner and down he went. Largo Lad won the Blamey from Playwright. Just Look got up for third. Rockpecker ran fourth. Sailor Gear got home for fifth from Barlini. Time Matters Conquering.
Big and maybe that's the analogy. Just all legs and gangling and not much idea, but plenty of raw talent. And Largo Lad wins the Blamey Stakes here.
Identified Graham as the fact that he hates competition. He was over on the inside with nothing to annoy him, just like when he came down the straight first up over the 1200, he came down the outside with nothing to annoy him. Look, you know, he must be a headache for David Hayes. I've got no doubt about that. But the simple fact of the matter is he can gallop. There is no question about that.
The Randwick Guineas with Carolyn.
We are. Thank you very much for that, Bruce. The runners in the yard, a real buzz of anticipation here in the mounting yard before the feature of the day, the Group 1 Randwick Guineas for the 3-year-olds. Chaser, good go for this one too from Big Odds, $61.
Big Odds.
Metal Bender, $21 on course by Dana Singer out of a half sister.
I think he's a big player, Metal Bender, in the Rosehill Guineas, the Derby. I just wonder, but from a good barrier here, it wouldn't surprise. Only Lightly Thunder, $26 and Rock Solid. Rhino Chase, 1 to 41. Metal Bender, 20 to 21. Over the wicket, Big Odds, $51 in the...
And then we've got Predatory Pricer followed by Rock Kingdom. Further back, Boys Will Be Boys. Rebel Raider lost its spot there. To Beak about the start, a run from Metal Bender. Rhino Chaser trying to thread his way through the field. Youthful Jack still a mile back coming to the home turn. And Roman Emperors via the car park on the turn. And it's Destitute headed by Snow Alert and over the wicket. Behind them next, Rock Kingdom getting a rails run. Caymans has got plenty of room to come through in the centre. And wider out, Boys Will Be Boys and Micmac, but Rock Kingdom, he's shot through along the inside. Caymans is after him with Micmac. It's Rock Kingdom, the leader. Half a length on Caymans, who's closing the gap from Micmac. Metal Bender along the inside. Rock Kingdom, Metal Bender and Caymans. Metal Bender's hit the lead. Metal Bender won the Guineas. Won it from Rock Kingdom and Caymans, and then to Beak. Further back behind them next, Micmac, and then came Souza. Over the wicket, Youthful. There's room to come through in the centre. And wider out, Boys Will Be Boys and Micmac, but Rock Kingdom Kingdom. He's shot through along the inside. Caymans is after him with Micmac. It's Rock Kingdom, the leader. A half a length on Caymans, who's closing the gap from Micmac. Metal Bender along the inside. Rock Kingdom, Metal Bender and Caymans. Metal Bender's hit the lead. Metal Bender won the Guineas. Won it from Rock Kingdom and Caymans, and then Tabik further back behind.
Time 36.35 for the final 600 metres. Metal Bender 22.60, 4.30. Good value there. The English interim.
Incredible job. You know, he's probably wasn't expected to win today over the mile. That shows how good he is because he's a dead 7.5 horse.
That's what I said. We can't wait.
In the autumn.
Well, he's got the scope and the potential to you know, to go, you know, the big heights with races like the Derby and, you know, Rosehill Guineas, races like that. Obviously, when the distance get further, it's going to suit him. He's got stay written all over him. His attitude, he's pretty relaxed about everything, and he's always impressed me as though he's a horse that's going to only get better with ground. Yesterday, when I went out there, Jack said to me, well, he doesn't say much. He's pretty. He said to me, I said, "What's doing, boss?" He said to me, "Just don't be back last."
Well, thankfully you won.
Back into $1.80. Number 4, Ashikaga, the dominant favourite. 8. Solo Flyer, 5 out to 7. This is the Newcastle Newmarket. Number 4, Ashikaga, the favourite. 190. Lace.
They leave the 800 peg behind them, and McClintock leads the Newmarket field. A length or so on the hot pot. Ashikaga, nearly 2 to Solo Flyer, 1 to Ben Gould. Then comes Chasm, Newton's Rings, followed by Malcolm, another 2 away. On its outside is Muscat, a length and a half to Walking or Dancing, and the Chilean import Last Scarlet. They're homeward bound. McClintock, the leader. Ashikaga is out after McClintock. Chasm trying to bullock between them and succeeds. And Solo Flyer joining in. Ashikaga dropped off, and old Newton's Rings putting in a run. Solo Flyer got to the front from Chasm. McClintock, forget Ashikaga, then Newton's Rings. Solo Flyer and Chasm. Solo Flyer in front. Chasm can't match it, and Solo Flyer wins the Newmarket. Chasm second, Walking or Dancing third from Muscat, Newton's Rings. And then came Ashikaga, followed by McClintock.
Well, look at that. Two runs back for 2 wins. Corey Brown Anthony, he just couldn't go on with it. 6, 5, 9 and 3. Muscat doing his best work late to run 4th, but Solo Flyer wins the Newcastle Newmarket. A good training effort by Anthony.
A star creates danger.
Hill trial on Friday here in Sydney. Here's out
A real saga. Even money. It was into 185 out to evens, back to 190, now back to the $2 mark. A clear favourite, but Black.
Wanted starting to creep up 3 wide around Even Flow, and then feeling ready, waiting for a run near the inside. Beeman's off now in Real Saga. It's gone past Hickman as they run down towards the 300. Rhythm of Dance being collared now by Striker. Real Saga's starting to wind up down the outside. He's coming down the centre of the track, and he's looking all over a winner. He's shot to the front now, Real Saga. Raced away from Purdy, feeling ready on the inside, and hands and heels only from Real Saga, and he wins it easily by 2 on Feeling Ready and Purdy. Close for 4th between Striker and Wanted, and then Rhythm of Dance, Sick Man, and Even Flow finished at the back of the field.
That is a Super Golden Slipper trial. His form has been sensational, winning a Blue Diamond leader. Starts for 4 wins and that 1 second in the Blue Diamond. And as you said, unless one of these fillies comes out and blows them away, whether it be More Joyous, Melito, any of them in the fillies race, the Riesling, this fella certainly deserves to be right at the top of the market for the Slipper.
Look, you'd think More Joyous, if she runs basically, Caroline, in the first 3, she's 50. More Joyous is now out to $2. Even money, $2 for More Joyous.
Then our Joan of Arc, More Joyous, has been taken away from the inside, and she's starting to pull to the outside about 4 and 5 wide. Leader is Colour as they turn from No Comment. There's a run between them for Melito. More Joyous is starting to run on very quickly down the outside. Here's the showdown between Melito and More Joyous. It's on the outside. More Joyous taking the advantage. Sprinted a bit better than Melito, and More Joyous is kicking away with 100 metres to go. Oh, she's back in the slipper all right, and More Joyous goes on to win it. More Joyous by a length and a half, Melito. Third home was So Anyway from our Joan of Arc and Ready Ua. Then we've got Sunday Rose, Miss MacArthur, phenomenal.
Real Saga yesterday. They've got them even now, 360 each of 2. Ross Dover, the forgotten filly for mine. I think she's right.
To go $13. The 2's out, all silent. $5 to $6. El Cam Forensics, 5 out to $6. And the favourite, Northern Meteor, $2.40.
Is all silent. Of course, he won the Group 1 Emirates in the Melbourne Spring there at Flairst up.
Everything about all silence heading towards the Emirates Doncaster. There's no doubt about that on April 18th. To win, be kept for another day. 3 All Silent, $5 to $6. Number 4 El Cambio, $6 into $4.80. Very good money for Forensics. $6 into $4.80. And the bottom one though has been rock solid. 10 Northern Meteor, $2.40.
Come off the speed. He's running third on the inside. Then came Mentality, followed by Royal Discretion. 2 to All Silent, Black Piranha. And the stablemates are back at the rear. Forensics and El Cambio on the swing for home. And the leader, Murder Gel. Northern Meteor's got plenty of room to come through. Triple Honour on his outside. 2 to Royal Discretion. And then came All Silent. El Cambio. Forensics is still back at the rear. I don't like Northern Meteor at the moment. Triple Honour raced up to take the lead from Murder Gel. All Silent is flying down the centre. Here comes All Silent. He raced up for Oliver to take the lead. Forensics is charging home later. All Silent in front of Forensics. All Silent wins it. All Silent won it by a neck on Forensics. Third home Royal Discretion from Black Piranha. Then Northern Meteor. Trippy's outside. 2 to Royal Discretion. And then came All Silent. El Cambio. Forensics is still back at the rear. I don't like Northern Meteor at the moment. Triple Honour raced up to take the lead from Murder Gel. All Silent is flying down the centre. Here comes All Silent. He raced up for Oliver to take the lead. Forensics is charging home later. All Silent in front of Forensics. All Silent wins it. All Silent won it by a neck on Forensics. Third home Royal Discretion from Black Piranha. Then Northern Meteor.
Because you told us pre-race that it did run well today, but the Doncaster's a lot more improvement. Well, today's a bonus.
Yeah, definitely. I was new going into today's race, but when he let down, he really give it to him,
That's his great asset, isn't it, Grant? He showed today he's a weight for age horse with a turn of foot.
Absolutely, Bruce. Yeah, he's come on since the spring. I only had the one sit on him, but he's filled out a lot, and I think he's improved a lot since the spring.
So there's a lot more
Top of the hot speed chasing, but the winner's very, very good. And Black Piranha, when he gets back to his Class 2 grade, he'll be very hard to beat.
He won with something up the sleeve here, All Silent. He's a very, very good horse, but I'd concur with Black Piranha. Con's done a great job with this horse, bringing him through. To think that he'd be unlucky should have finished closer to a weight for age race, so someone would have had
Terrific job with him, and the horse is rewarding him. He is going to the next level. I think he's the dominant sprinter miler, probably miler in the country at the moment. And
race 2, we've got the Jungle Hero Sprint over 1,100 metres. Dante's Volante. I know that Alf Matthews has got a very high opinion of that horse, and it's $1.40 in the next at Ascot. Now, let's head off to...
Lashino comes towards the 600 by 3/4 of a length. Running second, Formula Tire, then a length and a half. Dante's Volante about to steer out around the heels of Formula Tire for Noski, and Deliotto sitting right up onto his back, and then Northwater Boy. They're really sprinting hard at the top of the home straight, but Noski hasn't flinched a muscle on Dante's Volante. Quickly gathered in Lashino, Formula Tire, Deliotto struggling behind them. He has not flinched a muscle. Dante's Volante put 3 on Deliotto. Lashino. Gee, this has been an impressive win. How exciting is this horse? 7 in a line, and he never moved on him. It was an exercise gallop. And Dante's Volante won it by 2.5 to 3 lengths. Eliotto. In behind them, Lashino, Northwater Boy for third, and Formula Tire dropped out to finish at the tail of the field. You just simply don't see them win any softer than that. He was first up. And all Jared
to beat Scenic Blast, and at the weights, I repeat, would have beaten it as far as I'm concerned. This is a very serious racehorse. It goes to the Goodwood Handicap in Adelaide, but have a look at that.
When's the Goodwood?
Absolutely untouched. The Goodwood's in May.
In May.
Yeah. Takeover Target appears to be going there because I think a lot of people are
$1. Number 3, Metal Bender, $4.40 favourite. Cayman's out to make that Metal Bender $4.60 equal favourite.
This horse has won 4 of 6, including the Group 1 Randwick Guineas last time out. He's just getting out to $4.80 on course now.
Yeah, he just got a Rebel Raider. Metal Bender's been $3.80 out to $5, just back into $4.80 now. Got Australian market move. We'll get back to it. 6 into $4.80. Rhino.
back there off and racing. Rhino Chaser came out poorly. He's missed the start by about 4 lengths. Rich Endowment was well. He's about to wind him up from Rhino Chaser. And Preeminence last of all. Sousa pours the pressure on now to go up and hit the lead as they turn for home in the Dubai Rosehill Guineas. Z-Back is running second. Roman Emperor comes up on the outside. Metal Bender only a length and a half away. Then Rock Kingdom to beat coming down the outside with Caymans. The leader Sousa from Roman Emperor. Rock Kingdom on the outside trying to get to the Metal Bender coming up on the inside. And then Caymans down the outside. Sousa's just got the lead. Rock Kingdom's at About the pounce on the outside and Metal Bender along the rail. Rock Kingdom, Sousa and Metal Bender. Three of them hit the line locked together. Give it the Metal Bender. I think the inside may have just got their Metal Bender from either Rock Kingdom or Sousa. Then Cayman's for that, and then Cayman's down the outside. Sousa's just got the lead. Rock Kingdom's about the pounce on the outside and Metal Bender along the rail. Rock Kingdom, Sousa and Metal Bender. Three of them hit the line locked together. Give it the Metal Bender. I think the inside may have just got their Metal Bender from either Rock Kingdom or Sousa. Then Cayman's followed by Roman Epron to beat.
By Rosehill Guineas, it does look, it is Metal Bender, and I would say possibly Sousa's.
With us, Randwick Guineas the other day, Rosehill Guineas today. He's a serious 3-year-old, this bloke.
Yeah, he can stay all day. He's very, very strong, you know.
$90 the trifecta, $291. Officially fourth, number 4 Caymans.
Randwick Guineas, is that the right form for the Rosehill Guineas? Yep, the answer was yes, and most definitely that's the right form line. They're the horses to beat.
He's the first horse. Well, he's chasing the Triple Crown. The last horse to do that was Octagonal. And I tell you what, he'll be mighty hard to beat too.
He will. King
For the $3.5 million race, the world's richest race for 2-year-olds, Real Saga 420 ahead of More Joyous at 460, Rich.
Yeah, he's a sporting bet market mover in the Golden Slipper. $5 into $4, just getting back to $4.20.
20 on course, and the tote's trimmed up from $7 into $4.80. Now we've got Delago Bolt in the Ocean about to make its way into the gates. Bowman's hopped off Indian Ocean. He's back in front of only about 4 or 5 runners. Wanted's back with him with Feelin' Ready. And then Mark Porter now, Joan of Arc last of all. Beeman's taken More Joyous to the front in the Golden Slipper. More Joyous will lead for home from the stablemate Horizons. Reward for effort and Zinkman. Then came Indian Ocean on the inside, followed further back behind them by Manhattan Rain and Melito. Real Saga's trying to go up along the inside, but it's still a mile back. Reward for effort took over now from in second spot, More Joyous. And then we've got Feelin' Ready, who's coming right through along the inside. Feelin' Ready has gone through, and now some slippers are coming wide. Headway and Manhattan Rain, but it's Feelin' Ready. Feelin' Ready's got the slipper at his mercy. And Feelin' Ready won it. Photo second and third, Manhattan Rain or Headway. Then Real Saga, so anyway. Followed by Mark Ward and Delago Bolt.
You seem to have this about him. He got into the Magic Million by the skin of his teeth and won it, and he got into the slipper by the skin of his teeth and won it. He's got a training dynasty.
And we see Brad Rawiller now just unsaddling Feelin' Ready, the Magic Millions and Gold.
Full week or the past.
And it's a great thing too. I'd also like to this win. He had to square up, but I mean, it's still not as good as you saying that the Magic Million forms third rate. We've come out and won a Golden Slipper.
That's 2 times.
It's the only big race Bruce McLaughlin hasn't won, but now he's won it. And you did say the form was third rate, so I've got to square up there with you.
I was the first to congratulate you. I couldn't have backed him at gunpoint, but he didn't just win, Jace. He blew him away. He was dominant.
He did, mate. Like
I got to the front of it a little bit soon, but yeah, on straightening, I hadn't asked for him yet, and my feeling was I'm going to win a Golden Slipper. I was that confident, and 200 from home, I'm thinking, what am I going to do for my salute?
How much is it going to cost me?
got to the line and I got stage fright. Didn't know what to do.
When did you start cheering, Jace? Because you can go early.
Yeah, mate. No, I didn't say like till about 10 yards out because I thought, this is the Golden Slipper, so I didn't go too early for once.
Come for Metal Bender going for the 3-year-old Triple Crown. He's won the Randwick Guineas, the Rosehill Guineas, and he's already $7 into $6, Rich.
Yeah, we're at $9.50. Big Cole.
So on track, Sousa is $5 into $4.60, and it's $4.60 on the tote. Metal Bender 5 out to 7, back into 6, $4. Big Cole. Sousa's climbing over their backs. He's got nowhere to go. Roman Epra's gone past him. And here comes Newitt on preeminence. He's starting to surge around the outside, coming into it nicely. Then Harris Tweed and Old Jock as they turn, where preeminence raced up to Roman Emperor. Down the outside, Old Jock's running on. Sousa's into the clear, and Harris Tweed's running on as well. It's Roman Emperor and preeminence fighting it out. Harris Tweed and Sousa are after them, but Roman Emperor's got a kick at the 100. He got away from preeminence and Harris Tweed. Roman Emperor in front. Predatory Price is flying as well, but Roman Emperor wins the derby. Roman Emperor has won it from Harris Tweed. Maybe Predatory Price a third from Sousa. then Metal Bender, followed further back behind.
The AJC Australian Derby with Roman Emperor and Jim Cassidy. I'm not sure what number it is for him. We've got
Excuses in the run for any runners. Richard, the best day one, as Bruce said.
You straightened up. We spoke outside of you. Craig knew it just ambled up on preeminence. Geez, I thought he might have had you covered there for a few couple of pounds.
Oh, you laugh, Richie. I said to Froggy after the race when he ranged up outside me at the top of the rise, he goes, "Let's go, pump, let's go." I thought, "You can go now." I said, "If I get going, Bart will cut me throat. I'm going to wait a bit longer."
You can see here too, Jim, where Craig has gone. And
The Derby is because of the horses that have won it. But if you look at the field that went across the line there's no superstars there right now. They're on their way, perhaps, to be a superstar.
Well, outside
That's
the
nature
winner,
of the
I think
race.
Predatory Pricer may be the horse for next preparation. And I don't think he's a stayer, but he's got quality about
He was a
him.
bit stiff, you know, actually, coming around the home
He had to
turn there.
switch
Yeah,
course a
he
few
was
times.
held up there. Yeah.
There's a couple other runs, notable runs.
He gets $6. Kenny Kidd still punch leads. We saw those pallets and old jock in the Derby. Now, speaking of Killaton, he's coming up toward.
Lead for home from Swiss Ace. Black Prince was next. Hurry Choices wide. Gold Trail back on the rail. And then Gamble Me and Cap Hero followed further back by Red Element. And then Olanada and the Conies getting to the outside and starting to hit the line strongly. It's Keen Commander in front from Swiss Ace and Hurry Choice. Then Cap Hero and Nakoni and Gold Trail's got right up along the rail. Swiss Ace and Gold Trail, but Nakoni flashes it in on the outside. The 3-year-old hits the lead, and the Galaxy's over. It's Nakoni winning it from Dan Lee, got second. Gold Trail third, Swiss Ace fourth. Then El Cambio, followed by Olanana. Back behind them next, we've got Tube fourth. And
Trailer speaking through my pocket a little bit. Geez, I think the second horse was unlucky. He just saw rump stake. But Nakoni, the 3-year-old, and a great training performance too by David.
Yes, as well of this horse.
Yeah, there's the English interim dividend. 16 Nakoni, $6.250. 5 Dan Lee, $5.20. 12 Gold Trail.
To beat the winner. I always talk through my kickers, you know, Bruce. Yeah, as soon as once you watch the replay, the winner went home too good for Dan Lee, but Dan Lee's run was outstanding. And
To run race 2 at Flemington. Gates are back and Black Caviar jumped away well, and so did Quassa and White Pegasus out wider. Bensky must have been a bit slow, and as keeper was Amathon being trailed further back then by White Pegasus running about a bit, and then the stablemates together. Kaskura on the outside of Karuba. Comanich close a fair way back. Rockaloft is a distant second last, and a very long last as Bensky. Black Caviar took over the running before the 300 from Quassa. Amathon running on, and then Take the Rap, and further back in the field then was Kaskura, but Black Caviar's opening right up and living up to the very good trial. She's sprinting away for Jared Noski, and in the run home, Black Caviar won it by 4 to Quassa. Take the Rap, a neck away third. Amathon ran fourth, and just behind those was Kaskura, followed by Comanich.
South Pacific Classic and
Black Caviar's opening right up and living up to the very good trial. She's sprinting away. Black Caviar won it by 4 to Quassa. She's just Black Caviar's opening right up and living up to the very good trial. She's sprinting away. Black Caviar won it by 4 to Quassa. She's just...
and some really nice horses to go around here, Rich.
There certainly is, Caroline. Down the board, number 1 for Vashi. $2.90 out to $3.10. Still a clear-cut favourite. Number
off here, and the winkers have gone on.
Yeah, look, I think he's a 12, 14 or 1,400 metre type horse. I think that's ideal for him, Caroline. He looks terrific, and he should just get a nice spot, perhaps fourth, one.
Now, Ardasham and Centennial Park project.
He just starts to give him a little bit more rein to give chase to the leader. Snow Alert behind them from Art Dasham. Centennial Park's whipped up from the rear, going around for Vashi, so he's put him in a pocket. And Romany Star's back at the rear of the field with them. Into the straight they come and geared up, led from over the wicket. 2 lengths to Snow Alert, who's under the whip. Then Art Dasham. Fravashi coming through in the centre, starting to wind up now. And then Centennial Park. It's geared up just in front from over the wicket. Fravashi behind them, going for a run between them, and then Ardasham. It's over the wicket on the outside, getting the lead. Frabashi's coming at him. Over the wicket, just in front. Fravashi dive. Fravashi got up to win it from over the wicket. I think geared up third in front of Romany Star. Then came further back behind them, Art Classic.
Make no excuses to beat Brigade, Caroline. Everything that could go against Fravashi went against him, yet he was still able to win over the...
I think there should be one of this horse somewhere along the line.
So you're talking about the Cox Plate there.
It's an option, mate. It's there, but so is every other horse going to be there. So, but we'll see what happens.
Fravashi, you won't see him again until the spring, Caroline.
Yeah, look, it's 3 horse in this field is a Group 1 winner. Some of them 7, 6, 5 Group 1s. So it is going to be a super contest here. The Group 1 Sydney City Lexus TJ Smith Stakes, Rich. TJ Smith Stakes, Rich.
Caroline, it is a race on track by the bookmakers. Who can get Takeover Target out the quickest? I can't believe it.
He's out to $6, punters, here on track. Number 1, Takeover Target, $6. Number 2, Apache Cat Target. He got out to $6. I still can't believe it. The punter said, that's ridiculous. We'll take that. He's in the 550. 2 Apache Cat's been rock solid, $2.80 to $3. Racing
past it. Takeover Targets racing Northern Meteor for the lead. They're starting to slow up after going out a little bit hard early on, and he's going to get the front on his own Takeover Target. The People's Champ leading out by a length. On in second spot, Northern Meteor. The Coney's popped off the fence in the third spot, and Apache Cat's going up 3 wide. Racing to win behind them, and Belmur last, only about 4 lengths off the lead. Takeover Target in front. He's had his own way. Northern Meteor's going to rail up and almost join him as they turn. They've sprinted away. 3 lengths on Nakoni. Ollie's trying to wind up Apache Cat, and then Belmur and racing to win. Takeover Targets in front. He's doing much better than Northern Meteor. And then about 3 lengths to Nakoni and Apache Cat. But this old marvel, Takeover Target, he's up and gone at the 100. They won't get him. Takeover Target. What an outstanding racehorse. 9 years of age, and he trunces it in by 3. Northern Meteor got second. Third home was Apache Cat. And then came Nakoni, racing to win, and last in was Belmur.
The People's Champion should hear the crowd here at Royal Randwick. Takeover Target, what a super...
Takeover Target. He's a freak. He's an absolute genius. He's the best sprinter the world's seen, certainly in my lifetime. 9 years of age, another Group 1, and Joe Janiak and Ben Tate.
Joe Janiak's going to cheer him back in, Carolyn and Richard. I mean, this is the only cheer we've heard all day. What great crowd reaction you get when this horse is here, and here comes Nash Rawiller.
Oh, look, these are great scenes. You should soak up this. Salute this absolute champion, Takeover Target. He is now the winner of 7 Group 1s. He's 9 years of age. He's had his leg problems. Have a look.
29, and he's now got $5.82 million in the bank. He's an out-and-out superstar, Takeover Target. He's the best sprinter I've said, I think, pretty much from the day that we put Joe Janiak in with the freak, isn't he, Takeover Target? Can you believe, Caroline? They bet $6 in.
It is quite amazing, isn't it? $5.50 in the end. He started there.
What a freak. His 20th career victory. He's only had 38 starts. He's now the 7th top prize money earner in the history of Australian racing. And who's to say he's not going to...
Look, you can't offer... look, you can't offer any excuse whatsoever for the horses behind him. He made them look ordinary, really. And, you know, like, they're the best we've got.
We'll have a take. Rich, what price would he be in the Goodwood, would you think?
Well, top weight's 58.5. I'm telling you, Bruce, who's the horse is going to run? I've got a feeling they might just say to Joe, listen, we'll give you first prize, just come and have an exhibition gallop. Because, well, what else he's got 58.5. The only way someone can beat him is if they let him go around without riders.
Hasn't been a walkover for a long while.
For Joe Janiak. Takeover Target. And the time, Ronnie.
It was just bizarre. What can you say? Just sit back and watch this. This is just...
The last 600 metres of that race, which he basically set because he was right up there, a second and a quarter faster than any other race on the day, which you'd expect from the top sprinters, but it's a long way. That's 8 lengths quicker for the last 600 than any other race of the day.
He just fired the pattern of the times on the day too. Like he's run 1.9 flat on a dead track, worse than dead track, I'm suggesting. And he beat Mahogany's race record, which has stood for a long, long time. It's just bizarre.
He's a freak. He's just a living freak. He's a legend.
Thought the second horse did a terrific job. He's had a...
I should... 12 minutes to the Emirates Doncaster Mile over the famous Randwick Mile, and All Silent, well, he's the favourite at this stage, but this...
Was rock solid. The favourite All Silent, $5 into $4.80, market mover. 6 Who Got You, $9 into 8, back to the $9, best he's been. Hot Danish has been 9 out to 10 Flyer, $14 into $11, so good money for Solo Flyer. Vision and Power, 10 out to $11. Number 11, Nera.
Runners, then Largo Lad, followed by Black Piranha, Gallant Tess. All Silent is back third last on the rail. Who Got You is second last, and Alamosa last of all. They dropped the speed right off here, and King Mufasa led at the halfway mark. Rhino Chaser, the 3-year-old, settles down in second spot. Rags to Riches third. Solo Flyers parked in a lovely spot fourth, followed by Sir Slick. Then Triple Honour, followed by Thessio. Hot Danish on the outside was next, followed by Nerily and Largo Lad. Taking off around the outside behind those horses, Musket from Chinchilla Rose. Then Vision and Power, All Silent, waits for a run back on the rail. And then came Who Got You, turning for home in the Doncaster Mile, and it's King Mufasa the leader. Rags to Riches and Triple Honour going up on the inside. outside. Here's Solo Flyer. He's starting to run on from Hot Danish, and then came Muscat. Solo Flyer ran to the front now, 200 to go. They're coming after it on the outside. Muscat, Vision and Power, Pinnacles, Triple on a Largo Lad. I don't know where to look. Vision and Power. Vision and Power for Jim Cassidy wins it. Vision and Power has won it from Navy Black Piranha. Largo Lad on the inside. Not all that far away. We had Pinnacles and it's King Mufasa, the leader. Rags to Riches and Triple Honor going up on the inside. Here's Solo Flyer. He's starting to run on from Hot Danish, and then came Muscat. Solo Flyer ran to the front now, 200 to go. They're coming after it on the outside. Muscat, Vision and Power, Pinnacles, Triple Honor, Largo Lad. I don't know where to look. Vision and Power. Vision and Power for Jim Cassidy wins it. Vision and Power has won it from Navy Black Piranha. Largo Lad on the inside. Not all that far away. We had Pinnacles and also Nerily from Triple Honor. Hoopy Got You was next. Solo Flyer pulling up quickly. Then we've got Muscat pulling up quickly also from All Silent, Rhino Chaser.
It's just an amazing win. Like, this horse, he's just flying.
You still can't put a finger on it, can you?
No, I can't. Honestly, I can't. I brought him here for a welter here about 9 months ago in a similar race, and he plugged home and run fourth, and I was pretty happy with the run.
You're probably a bit more happy with this one, I would have thought, Joe.
I think so. It's worth a little bit more money. Whew, that was good.
Great team effort will involve in your stay here.
Yeah, fantastic. Done a great job. Scott Riley that rides his horse, he's in love with him. I know he's backed him to win a fortune today. He's on 150s and 50s and 75s, and oh, just fantastic.
And Jimmy, as you said, you win your...
I can't believe he's won a Doncaster. Jeez.
Joe, your stable, really good.
Great result here for everyone involved with this horse here. Vision and Power, English Interim Series is Ears Creek, Jimmy Cassidy waving to this big crowd. They are pretty happy, pretty pumped for them.
What horse will you ride next week in the Queen Elizabeth? Will it be Vision and Power, or will it be the Derby winner, Roman Emperor?
Look, I'm going to stick with the Derby winner, Roman Emperor. I'm looking at down the track. Obviously.
It's nigh on 30 years since he came over here and rode his
big decision to jump off a Doncaster.
Yeah, that is.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Ring a ding ding, he sacked the thing.
I hope he's missed for that.
As well, but at this stage,
June 20.
Caroline, the first of the Group 1s, the Moulton Shandon, and something that you do enjoy, a Moulton into $1.85. A huge go here for the favourite Manhattan Rain into $1.80. Mark Sheen, the sport.
At the 600 metres and the leader Pearl of the Sea. There's been very little speed on here. Manhattan Rain's on the outside, riding shotgun at the moment. Here's Choice Star taking off from the rear. He's whipping up quickly, 3 wide. Tickets is right on the leader's back, and he'll get a run here as Pearl of the Sea's left the fence. Then One More, No More in perfect rhythm last of all. Into the straight here, and Pearl of the Sea is tackled by Manhattan Rain, but Tickets got the saloon passage. And these two do battle again. Tickets on the inside, and on the outside, Manhattan Rain. Tickets has just got a slight lead for the moment, and One More, No More comes along the inside, and One More, No More claims it with 100 to go, and he races away and upsets the favourites. One More, No More lapping up the 1600, won it from Tickets and Manhattan Rain, and then we've got Choice Star and Pearl of the Sea fighting out fourth and last.
Today I think it proved it. He's a very strong 2-year-old who's only going to get better.
The tempo came in 36.06.
yeah, it's all through the English Easter sale by Crestfield.
Any ideas on that yet?
Yeah, look, we're going to look Caulfield Guineas. Samantha Miss come out and run third in the Cox Plate last year. I don't think it's out of his realm. You know, the two horses we beat yesterday were probably leading into the race. Two best colts running around in Australasia. Now he's put 4.5 on them. I think it's exciting next time we bring him in.
Very impressive.
Three better stallion prospects you won't get in the land at the 3-place getters there. This horse has always promised when he got to the mile he'd do something like this. I was worried about the tempo of the race, so just put me off a little, but he pulled through just with his strength. He's a star. I think he'll be the best of all the 2-year-olds come the spring.
Really?
I really do.
I hope you're right.
Runs this afternoon. Of course, this afternoon, this is the Emirates Queen Elizabeth. Vision and Power, $9 into 8. Triple Honor, 31. Pompey Rule 1. Miss Marin, 41. Hoover Got You, 260 into 235. Roman Emperor, $13. Metal Bender at 15. Sousa, 9.
Full. It's the 3-year-olds on top here. Sousa on the inside, taken on by Roman Emperor. And Metal Bender's gone up to attack for the lead. Well, there's a shock. Metal Bender has hit the front now from Roman Emperor, Largo Lad and Serira last of all. Metal Bender is a surprise leader at the 800 metres, led from Roman Emperor. Sousa's starting to roll forward now, 3 wide. Road to Rockers fourth on the inside. And then came Pompey Ruler. Well, Hoobie got you. Well, he's getting all the breaks along the rail at the moment. He's going up into about second or third spot now. He's saving a stack of ground along the rail. Then Predatory Price and Miss Marin Largo Lad. Zarita's lost its spot, followed by Duro Valley. Then Serira and Triple Honour and Vision and Power will have to come from last. Metal Bender leads from home, but Hoobie got you saved that much ground. He's only a neck away along the inside. Roman Emperor's third. Then we've got Road to Rock and Pompey Ruler. Predatory Prices down the outside, but Hoobie got you along the inside. Grabs Metal Bender. Pompey Ruler's winding up with Predatory Pricer. Pompey Ruler raced up and got the lead. Road to Rock's there as well with Predatory Pricer. Serira flies along the fence, but Pompey Ruler wins it from either Serira or Metal Bender. Then Predatory Pricer. Vision and Power ran on strongly, followed by Triple Honour. And then Road to Rock pulling up quickly, followed by Zarita, Duro Valley.
Racing, you don't get very emotional watching races, but that horse is something special to you, isn't it? You really let yourself go there.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that, Bruce. I got a bit excited there. It was a Group 1. Oh, mate, he's just an old stable favourite, you know. He's brought me to tears a couple of times.
He's going to do it again, but why is that so? I mean, because of what he's been through and what you've had to go through with him?
Mate, just because he's one of those horses, you know. He's a old, unwanted autumn sale yearling, you know. He's been owned by a bloke that's been in the stable for a long time, and he's weak.
Getting back for another go at the Cox Plate.
That's us, mate. We'll get one.
Well done, Mick. Well done.
Thank you.
Mick Price, you don't see Mick get that emotional. That's what Pompey Ruler means to him. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, great emotion there.
The injuries throughout his career, but he's a very good horse. He's got the money this afternoon in a great performance. $12 and 3.10 Pompey Ruler. Serera,
one of the favourites all his career, and look, if he hadn't have had the injuries that he's had, I'm sure he would have been one of the greatest going around.
We almost won a Cox.
Handled it all, and he's riding brilliantly, and a great training performance for Mick Price to get this horse second up to win over 2,000 metres. You've got to applaud the courage of the horse as well, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
You know, horse was broken down, looked like he was finished. They've patched him up and got a Group 1 second up.
It was 5 years ago to Metal Bender. What a run hit.
From Carnival. This is the Daily Telegraph all-age stakes. It is on in 10 minutes, Rich.
Yeah, I'm glad to say, Carol, the shoulder. $6.50, number 2, All Silent. $6. Like Fantastic at 12. Swick at 17. 6 is out. Dan Lee, $7.50. Master Assassin, $40. Yeah, he certainly is, Carolina, but he's drawn a nice gate here. Damon Oliver sticks with him. He went second in the Galaxy after a year off the scene. He's second up today. He's won twice second up. He's won at 14.
If the mum did, she was a wet track champ in Queensland.
Yeah, well, I think he's had one on the soft for a win, so he shouldn't have any worries.
Getting a beautiful run to go up to third now. Then Friday Creek, followed by Illuminates, racing to win. Danley is midfield on the outside of Mr. Baritone. And then came Marasco, followed further back by All Silent. He's heading away in between horses, followed by Swicket Forensics. And last of all is back off at the 500. Royal Discretion by a length now on Hot Danish and Light Fantastic. It's waiting for an inside run. Then Mask Assassin, followed by Friday Creek, Illuminates and racing to win, taken to the outside. It's Royal Discretion in front, led from Hot Danish, given full rein now. Light Fantastic on the inside, and then Master Assassin racing to win. Marasco, All Silent, can't get out. Royal Discretion in front, Light Fantastic and Hot Danish, and now Dan Lee's driving through, but Light Fantastic on the rail. Dan Lee is flying. Dan Lee! Dan Lee won it. From Light Fantastic, Photo third, Royal Discretion or Hot Danish, and then Mr. Baritone and racing to win. Marasco, All Silent, can't get out. Royal Discretion in front, Light Fantastic and Hot Danish, and now Dan Lee's driving through, but Light Fantastic on the rail. Dan Lee is flying. Dan Lee! Dan Lee won it. From Light Fantastic, Photo third, Royal Discretion or Hot Danish, and then Mr. Baritone Illuminates. All Silent didn't have a great deal of luck. From racing to win, Marasco and Swift.
In the purple sleeves, and Damien Oliver has ridden Danley to success in the Group 1 all age.
What a wonderful training performance. Second up after 12 months off at Wait for Age. And D. Oliver, he did it last year. He's done it this year. He's made the last close for the Miners. But Dan Lee's your winner, and D. Oliver gets another one here, another Group 1.
We'll see, Lily. Look, he'd already won the GTC Sires Produce at 2, the Group 2, the Group 3 South Pacific Classic and the Liverpool City Cup last year, and had that great run in the Galaxy.
For the finish, he dug in.
Discretion or Hot Danish.
$7 out to 8. Dan Lee home in 23.03. Fastest last 400 metres of the day. Great sense of timing there by Oliver. A horse front of near the winning post. Oh, this punter out the front. Gee, looks like you. Is that fast motion or slow motion?
That's the saddest thing, Bruce. It's not a slow. Everyone thinks it's a slow-mo camera. That's as quick as I go.
Were you a bit excited?
You were just going to look for Chris to shake his hand, weren't you?
All I was doing, Mark, is
Racing in the blue sapphire. Gee, Black Caviar didn't jump all that well. She seemed to skew F a little bit at the start. Quiet's Carrara away quickly from Take the Rap and Point Pain. Black Caviar eased into clear galloping room out deeper on the course and is going up near to the pace. They're followed then by Demerit and Connemara Bay getting up on the inside. Point Pain, after showing pace, has drifted back a little bit, and they were followed by Radon, and then came Black Gull back at the end with Leritier. Well, Black Caviar scooted around the field and took over the running by 2 lengths to Quietzer. Carrara next on the inside, 600 to go from Take the Rap and Demerit. 2 lengths to Connemara Bay, being followed by Point Pain. Then Leritier starting to make a little ground from Radon and Black Gold. Black Caviar under a hole, led by a length and a half. Quiet's and Nicolet staying second. Carrara the rail from Demerit, and then Take the Rap and a break to Point Pain. But she looked to be cruising in the early part of the straight, Black Caviar. She's 3 lengths in front and did it very, very comfortably. Shaken up now by Noski. She put 4 lengths on them. Demerit's running on okay, followed on the rails by Carrara, but she's just as impressive here at Caulfield. Black Caviar under a hole, won it by 5 lengths. Demerit second, a half head to Carrara. Black Caviar under a hole, led by a length and a half. Quiet's and Nicolet staying second. Carrara the rail from Demerit, and then Take the Rap and a break to Point Pain. But she looked to be cruising in the early part of the straight, Black Caviar. She's 3 lengths in front and did it very, very comfortably. Shaken up now by Noski. She put 4 lengths on them. Demerit's running on okay, followed on the rails by Carrara, but she's just as impressive here at Caulfield. Black Caviar under a hole, won it by 5 lengths. Demerit second, a half head to Carrara, and then Take the Rap followed.
Pace will carry them too, but when she put those horses away at a second start, and some of the jockeys that rode in that race, older experienced jockeys, came back and they were just gobsmacked that this horse had made theirs look second rate.
And Costa in the Glen on the tote, $3 versus $3.90. On course, it's $2.60 easy versus $3.60 backed. And I think horse Costa in the Glen has got tongue tie and bar plates today. Is that some of the reason? It's been a month plus since we saw him run.
Look, he's just a good galloper. He's raced 5 times for 3 wins, a second and a third. My 2 tails, because he's pretty good.
Costa in the Glen, $3.90 to $3.80. There's your totes. Last look before you go. You've got only.
And they're followed by Naji Tinamu. Foster in the Glen, second to last with Koshawn Door on the rails last of all. 600 left to go. Castle Hill led by a length. Second is the favourite True Tales as they swing for home from Hafni and Western Coup. And then Test Century in the green, peeling out from Mikasa Sukasa. Semicircle Rayburn. Tinamu well back in the field. Foster in the Glen has peeled to the outside of these. 400 left to go. And True Tales has now been sent to the lead ahead of Castle Hill Lad. Western Coos running on after this leader. Test Century's making ground. And a break in the field to Costa in the Glen. But True Tales with 100 to go. Led from Western Crew. Here comes Costa in the Glen. He sprouts wings. He flies and gets there. Costa in the Glen just race to the lead in the last bit to beat True Tales and Western Coup. Tinamu got home, and then Test Century in that photo for 4th.
Performance here by Costa in the Glen. He's given True Tales 10 to 12 lengths top of the straight, lined him up and ran past him. Niall Phillips said he'll win. He did. Outstanding performance. Well done to Niall Phillips. Coming on and just selling the TV and viewers. He'll win.
He'll win. $3.90 he paid on Super Tab. Yeah, look, you don't know the race.
Those feed issues, obviously they're manageable, but how difficult.
And a break in the field to Costa in the Glen, but True Tales with 100 to go, led from Western Crew. Here comes Costa in the Glen. He sprouts wings, he flies and gets there. Costa in the Glen just race to the lead in the last bit to beat True Tales. And
Well, that's as good a midweek win as I've seen at Sandown. Niall Phillips, the trainer, got on TVN and said to Shane Templeton, he'll win. He did. 10.88 the last furlong.
Wasn't a jockey, Bruce. He said he.
Final.
To the Group 1 there at Morphettville. Don't forget, of course, we have the Derby coming up.
Would give him group victories in 5 Australian states. $1.50 on all the totes. He's $1.50 on course. Mind you, I can tell.
No sign of the light from Huxon. Second last is Tramontana, and last of all is Hidden Energy. I Am Invincible quickens the tempo in the Goodwood. At the 400 metres, I Am Invincible 2 lengths in front of Takeover Target. Third, Flying Phoenix. Still fourth, Augusta Proud. Commanding Hope. And then came Orbit Express, Diplomatic Force. 250 metres left to go. It's I Am Invincible. Two in front of Takeover Target. He's under pressure at the moment. Then Augusta Proud. I Am Invincible. Two in front. Takeover Target after him now from Augusta Proud. Flying Phoenix. I Am Invincible in front. Takeover Target went up on the outside. 8 Group 1 wins. $6 million. A true champion. Takeover Target takes the Goodwood by 3/4. I Am Invincible second, third Commanding Hope, then Flying Phoenix, Tramontana, Augusta Proud and Huxon, followed in by Blonique and Scalacci on 8 Group 1 wins behind the mighty Manicato on 11 wins. Is it in Joe Janiak's C? Takeover Target, Jay Ford back aboard. Joe Janiak, the winning trainer. 8 Group 1 wins in different countries and indeed different states of Australia. He joins Dark Czar, the stayer, as the only horse to have won in all mainland states of Australia in terms of a group race.
Yeah. Graham, there's a book on the way that'll be out at springtime about the story being put together by Lyndall Crisp, and a movie deal has been done on Takeover Target. So once his racing days eventually end, whenever that may be, there will be a movie. I wonder who'll play you.
Fast race. There's the scenes in the derby. There's your totes on your screen. 270 in from $3 about Rebel Raider. Larry's 11.8, 440 into 350.
She's trying hard to bring him back underneath her, but she's going to have to roll to the front. So Rebel Raider goes to the lead now at the 1800 metre mark. By a length and a half of all is Bondarchuk. It's Rebel Raider. He's pretty much going to try and do it all of the way in the SA Derby. And at the 900, he's 2 in front, but Astro Gaines whipped around the outside to go and put some pressure on now. Third is Gold Stinger. Honourable Kind is fourth. Then Mancuso, followed by Falcon. Wider out Galileo's Dream. Coming into it now, Naval Escort gets a go on. 7 off the lead. He's making sharp ground. And Fatuzzi's got off the inside to follow him forward. Tuscany View goes with the pair, but behind them. And then came on the inside, Larry's Never Late, getting one off into the clear. Reprisals under immense pressure. And Bondarchuk last, 400 metres to go. The runs might be coming, but the leader slipped away. Rebel Raider in the South Australian Derby. Rebel Raider, 4 in front of Astro Gaines, who can't do any better. Larry's Never Late's run to third. Wider out for Toosie, but it's Rebel Raider. He's dominant in the South Australian Derby. He's 6 in front of Astro Gaines for Toosie, and Rebel Raider takes out the VRC SA Derby double. He won it by 4 lengths. Second in was Astro Gaines, and 2 away third for Toosie. Followed in fourth by Larry's Never Late. And then behind those was Naval Escort from
in front. So I guess it's sort of worked both ways a little bit. As soon as a horse, and obviously it was easy to say afterwards, but he's obviously the best horse in the race. But yeah, it just worked out fantastic for us.
K, $6 out to $7. The same for Occurrence, 6 out to 7. Hunter's Host, 8.50.
Occurrence, $7.50 on course by Schwazier. This mare out of Happens, who was placed in a Widden State. She's a lovely mare. She is first up since November. She's won 2 of 4 first up as well for Bart Cummings. Group placed in pretty good races such as the Surround and the Group 1 Queen of the Turf.
Yeah, look, she's a little bit disappointing. I know that she went down to...
We've got Currents a little bit easy. Harry Kay had some specking, 8.50 into 7.50. In fact, a couple have gone up to shade the favourite here. Surprisingly, it's Hunter's Host, one off the rail just in front. Fantine on the fence, and Garden Island made a line of 3. Spirulina's right on their back as they approach the home turn. Harry Kay is outside them. Then we've got Occurrence and Savage 7th, followed by Opta. The old boy Mustard taken to the outside, and For You Dad last of all. Fantine has gone through now and joins Hunter's Host and Garden Island on the outside. Occurrence is coming at them as well. Fantine, the favourite, he's had to pull out all stops as Occurrence sprints up to take the lead, and Occurrence, she's back in winning form today, and Occurrence sprints away and wins it by 2, upsets the short price favourite Fantine. Photo for third, Savage 7's or Hunter's Host, and then Garden Island followed by...
The sweeper.
Nice way to finish the day.
Yeah, it was about time. I hadn't had much luck earlier, so it's good.
Well done.
Thanks.
Johnny Thompson, Reading Zip.
Hawkesbury, the standalone meet there, the Metro meet. At Hawkesbury today, this is the Hawkesbury Guineas coming up very shortly. You can just sweep that won 4 races and Generosa second in a flight. But Cummings prepares this horse related for the Guineas here, and it's coming off a third placing. First up, that was in the Gosford Guineas billets now, so that looks as if they continues to firm. Number 10 yesterday at $4 into $3.70, $3.80 there on $3.80 there on the tote ahead of Related. The next one down just at $6 on course for Related for Bart Cummings. Back off now.
A length and a half now. Admiral's on a running second. Third is the Roughie, and that is Diogenes Road. Barchia Moore's off the track. Related the fence, a length the Astronomer. Followed by Yesterday, and then comes Abago back off, and then comes Hotter Than a Night. A length and a half, Giardi. Like Father Like Son, and Rassay Misters the tail ender. In the Guineas, they're working down the side at the 500. Roland's narrowly clear. Admiral's on a second. Barchia Moore wider out, followed by Diogenes Road. Related on the fence, the Astronomer to the outside, and deeper still is back off. And Yesterday close to the inside in need of a run. Straightening up, and Roland's the leader from Admiral's Honour. Yesterday's trying to weave clear on the outside is Related. Barchia Moore, the Astronomer, and then comes back off. Related comes after Roland from Admiral's Honour. It's Related hitting the front. Related wins the Guineas from Roland's, the Astronomer wide out from Barchia Moore, and then Admiral's Honour, and back off Yesterday and have a go. Like Father Like Son, and then Rassay Mist and Hotter Than a Night.
Again as well, Related taking out the Hawkesbury Guineas. He's always had big raps on this horse. He's been a very nice 2-year-old, and at 3 years come out and taken out the Guineas here. That's his 7th horse, Related. Having a look at what he started in race 6. He on course.
King retaining the ride. Let's pick him up.
200 metres, Sherpa takes over, but quickly Royal Doctor goes to it, and now here is Work the Room. Work the Room coming after this new leader, which is Royal Doctor. Work the Room takes over, and it is effortless. Brereton sits up before the line, and it wins by almost a length. Royal Doctor was second. Casual Friday about 5 lengths away, then came Sherpa Morticia.
Set off they go now. Enthrall, one of the first out. Stanton a little slow. Work the Room eases from his barrier on the outside. He settles last, as a matter of fact. Enthrall is back towards the end of the field is Rock Prince. And the favourite Work the Room last as they came down to approach the turn. Stanton by a length and a half. Piece of the Sky. Enthrall the fence, and Tumbolgum easing out for Clear Room. Saranda held up on the fence from 21 Guns, peeling out wider. Then Truly Ablaze. Squalls getting onto the back of that pack when they swing for home. Tornado well back on the fence. And let's see, Work the Room has peeled right to the outside. He's in plenty of clear galloping room, but geez, got some ground to make up. Stanton is going for home, led by 2 lengths. Enthrall, Piece of the Sky. Tumbolgum was under pressure. Saranda comes through. 21 Guns was next. Work the Room starting to wind up now. Stanton with a big lead, 150 to go. Work the Room coming home. Tumbolgum in the middle is joining the leader. Stanton just in front of Tumbolgum. Walk the Room is diving at them out wide. He got there. Work the Room, last stride. He might be a real good horse. He's got up to beat Tumbolgum, and either Stanton or Saranda for the Miners. Just getting onto the back of that pack when they swing for home. Tornado well back on the fence. And let's see, Work the Room is peeled right to the outside. He's in plenty of clear galloping room, but geez, got some ground to make up. Stanton is going for home, led by 2 lengths. Enthrall, Piece of the Sky. Tumbolgum was under pressure. Saranda comes through. 21 Guns was next. Work the Room starting to wind up now. Stanton with a big lead, 150 to go. Work the Room coming home. Tumbolgum in the middle is joining the leader. Stanton just in front of Tumbolgum. Walk the Room is diving at them out wide. He got there. Work the Room, last stride. He might be a real good horse. He's got up to beat Tumbolgum, and either Stanton or Saranda for the Miners. Just off them then was 21.
Right. He settled beautifully. He was last, but Brereton just knows the timing. It's a bit of Costa and the Glen type stuff here. Brilliant. He's gone. Here's Tumbolgum, and it's soft in the end. It's just a soft win.
It was just like he did at Ballarat. He just ambled into them and he grabbed hold of him with 100 to go. He's after zipping. He's by Bellisbury. Bellisbury might look like that, but the way he's building, he was always going to get down the line, yeah.
Great job. Exciting horse. Thanks, Dan.
Long to many from the outside. The first to go, and Zero Rock began quickly. Hortensia is going to be ridden cold. It's gone back third last. On settling down, Belloff Command on the inside of Illuminate. Another 2.5 then to Hortensia has gone to midfield, striding up 3 deep on the outside. Morgalicious on the fence, then Martini Red, followed by Dora Bella, captured by 1. Zero Rockers second, Insistence third. Dance Girl Dance fourth on the outside.
Then Rustling illuminates Dwarf Command. Hortensia starting to track into the race now. And they're followed by Morgalicious and Dorabella next as they corner. Belong to Many at the 350. 1.5 Zero Rock Insistence. Followed then by Rustling. Dance Girl Dance. And here's Hortensia coming down the outside. Belong to Many is the leader. Hortensia on the outside is screaming after Belong to Many. Belong to Many the leader. Hortensia rounded it up on the outside. Dashed to the lead and away she goes Hortensia. She won from Belong to Many. Rustling third. Dwarf Commands fourth from Dorabella, Kel Chris, and then Games Illuminates. Behind those Morgalicious, Insistence, the leader, Vicky.
Hortensia went back from the start from the outside gate, had the right cover to take him into the race, and she is way too good. And the punters fight back there. She is.
Look at the replay again. If we can just run it again in the straight, you'll see one thing that she possesses that very, very few horses have got. It's the ability when she's under max pressure to just accelerate. You watch her there on the outside. Watch her about now. She just clicks into another gear and finds 3 and 4 lengths on the leader in the space of 50 to 100 metres. It's just something you can't quantify how valuable that is to a racehorse, and she's got heaps of it. I reckon she's potentially like a superstar.
She's a star. Yeah, she's a star, all right.
Right, well, the Doom
Chasing to win $8.80, triple on at $8.70, around 17 minutes from start time there for the Doomben Cup over the 2000.
Yeah, shame we've got runners coming to our yard here. Way. Late move, Scenic Shot 13 at the 12 was the first one moves in. Full Monty 11 at the 10.
On the inside of High C, another 2.5 for Miss Darcy on the outside of Marcus Maximus, and Scenic Shots tracking next. Racing to wins on the fence from Benicia, Prima Nova, Full Monty, Veloce, Bella, Reba San, Stan Tall, Mercola Lass, and Doug's mate as they make the bend. Sir Slick first for home. He's dropped off Dore Valley for the moment. Triple Honours on the fence, followed by High C. Here's Scenic Shot to the outside with Miss Darcy, and racing to win a Benicia coming home, but Sir Slick clear past the 200 metres mark. Racing to win, and Scenic Shot coming after Sir Slick, but Sir Slick is the leader. Scenic Shot and Racing to Win are coming at him. Sir Slick, Scenic Shot, Racing to Win. Scenic Shot a nose, Racing to Win in the Cup. Sir Slick has run third. Triple Honour, I'd say, is fourth. The next time of the race, Prima.
It will, Alan. Number 5, Scenic Shot for Shane Scriven. Another big result here for Dan Morton as he gets ready to take Scenic Blast abroad to the UK. Scenic Shot in the middle of the yellow. Racing to Win back to near his best on the outside. Sir Slick, the much maligned Sir Slick, by me anyway, holds on brave.
Definitely helped them. And, yeah, the horse is good. He's good order.
So,
Yeah, should be more of it.
Did Racing to Win? I think the weight for age scale held up beautifully there.
Shane, you're set for the August the 1st with the new whip rules?
I'm trying, Ronnie. Well, let's have a look at this again.
The action continues at Cranji, this time in the Chris Fly International Sprint over 1,200 metres. It was considered a 2-horse race between Singapore's unbeaten 3-year-old star Rocket Man and the ageless Australian veteran Takeover Target, who is rising 10. The only other well-fancied runner was former dual world sprinting champion Sacred Kingdom, in his first start outside of Hong Kong.
Group of horses is Bo Brummel, then Last Mythical Flight, the leader. A length on Inspiration. Rocket Man, he's right there in third place. Takeover Target popped off the rails. He's fourth, then Sacred Kingdom in fifth place. Then Fantastic Owners, Madame Trovite. Then Bo Brummel, Limbs Fighter, Capablanca, White Cato, and Prime Defender. Mythical Flight, the leader. But here comes Rocket Man. Rocket Man goes to the lead by a length and a half. Sacred Kingdom for Hong Kong's coming after Rocket Man. Then Diabolical Mythical Flight's dropping out of it. It's a Rocket Man and Sacred Kingdom on the outside. Sacred Kingdom puts his neck in front. Rocket Man's trying to kick, but Sacred Kingdom wins it for Hong Kong. Rocket Man second. 4 lengths away, Diabolical. Then Waikato, Capablanca, Mythical Flight, Takeover Target, Fantastic Owners, Inspiration.
While the local hero suffered his first loss in 7 starts, it was a triumphant record-breaking return to the big time for Sacred Kingdom. Trained Costa Delago from Courtroom Sweetie, Sacred Kingdom has now posted 12 wins in 18 starts, with more than $3.2 million.
Well, Andrew, as we know, the local hero, Rocket Man, hadn't been beaten going into that race, and he just kept fighting back all the way when challenged by Sacred Kingdom.
Yeah, it was a great performance. We're going to hear from Patrick Shaw shortly, but on the winner, Graham, Sacred Kingdom, back in Hong Kong. The Royal Ascot Club are chasing Sacred Kingdom for their carnival in mid-June. They're going to decide in the next 4 or 5 days. It would only be the one run.
They're in good time too.
We should be targeting first and second horses
Yeah.
for our spring because they're the two highest rated sprinters in the world, like it or not.
That Rocket Man, he had the temerity after one of the best sprinters in the world had him nailed to fight back on the line.
First fight he's ever had. He's only a 3-year-old. You have to admire it. His best run has been that run there where he's been beaten.
He's a one at the top of the charts there for Apache Cat. Alan, rain predicted pretty much the entire week in Brisbane. Well,
I don't know where it's coming from.
There's been one of the standouts here.
But let's get across.
Dollars this morning into about 380. Of course, we've got a heavy 9 there for Doomben 10,000 this after 5 on the card. We'll get that done. Okay, last look at the betting there. $3.50 on course, $2.90 on the tote. A little bit of support for Sniper's Bullet. Dan Lee solid. So support for Black Piranha, 13. They're on start time. They're on start time for the running of the Doomben 10,000 worth more than $600,000 on a heavy night. They just can't Thomas to set the same for one of the great sprints of the country.
Here's All Silent. I just can't find a good track for him. Something Anything to move up. And then Marasco on the inside of Something Anything. Further back over the wicket, he's 4 deep around Absolute Glam. Dan Lee's between runners. Sir Slick's on the fence. And then Dewporth and there followed by Sniper's Bullet, like fantastic. Black Piranha second last. And last of all is All Silent that come up to the bend. And Apache Cat. Apache Cat has swept up on the outside. He's raced to the lead from Jungle Ruler. Bank Robbers on the fence. Marasco pulled out. There followed by Sniper's Bullet and further back is Dan Lee. But Apache Cat at the 200 metres mark, he's clear. Black Piranha's about to run to second. Coming after Apache Cat. Apache Cat the leader. Black Piranha's picking him up. Apache Cat and Black Piranha. Apache Cat's just in front. Apache Cat. Apache Cat's just beaten Black Piranha. It is a photo for third. All Silence finished on the outside rail and Sniper's Bullet. Behind those in the race, Dan Lee, Bank Robber, followed by Sir.
As you said, force champ, Apache Cat goes past almost $4.5 million in prize money. He beats Black Piranha 3 Group 1 seconds in a row. All Silent very good in that ground today. My line.
And I didn't get home till late yesterday because I was arguing with the tote lady, still trying to get paid for my 100 each way Sniper's Bullet. Who I'm convinced run third there. I don't know what happened. She won't pay me.
I couldn't see it in the finish at the end either when I had a look, but I'll tell you what, Alan Thomas did mention is
we do it depending on which way the head's bobbed. And of course, the tactics of going to the outside rail on All Silent, the horse that has once again brought Ronnie's punting exploits undone. And, he wasn't even in the vision. You didn't even know he was out there unless you were on course.
Yeah.
But Apache Cat, we sort of embraced him here. The crowd really took to him again.
He's a top horse, Larry. You can't deny it. He's been the top level for a few years now, strung together a host of Group 1 wins, and he's kept his longevity up, which is good too. And
Well, the best horse won the race. I think Black Piranha, he's just so unlucky, this horse. He's been chasing them home in the George Ride at the Doncaster, now the 10,000. I think if he won the Stradbroke, you couldn't begrudge him a win. I think
Obviously,
horse.
Oh, look, the winner goes to the paddock, though. I mean, how do we read this form as far as the Stradbroke's concerned?
Black Piranha.
Yeah.
I mean, really, how do you go past his form? His form has been absolutely impeccable without winning. And
Bottom one is the favourite, $2.80.
Today, these runners coming up into the starting stools for race number 1. This is the Prop House Grand Prix Stakes. This race over the 20. They're off and racing now. Front of Mateo and the Grogar. St. Miniver trying to make ground to the outside, followed by News Night. And Kin Capel is coming from a long way back as they round the corner. Marcus Maximus at the 400, 2.5 clear. The Grogar running to second from Mateo. And St. Miniver is still sustaining a long run coming down the outside. Well, look at her go. She's never been on the track, St. Miniver. She's been 3 deep the entire trip, and she swept to the lead inside the 200. From Marcus Maximus, the Grogar next on the outside. But St. Miniver's galloping away with the Grand Prix. Gee, this is a good filly. St. Miniver raced away, won by 4 lengths to either Marcus Maximus or the Grogar. King Capel's run fourth in front of Incendio Dave the Dude. A couple of days. He wanted it to do that, I don't know. And the 2 questions. A, if it was in the Oaks, would it have won? And B, if it goes to the Derby next week, can it win?
Probably yes and yes, but I still think they've got some serious thinking to do. Alan Bailey's a great trainer. I think she's got a touch of ethereal about her. Maybe they should dodge the Derby and concentrate on the spring because she's a Cups filly.
Really?
Yes.
I think she'll win the Derby.
Well,
I think she'll
be impressive here.
Yeah, go straight to the spelling paddock so you can forget next week. You can go with Duff. I think Alan Bailey's got a very high...
She's in my early Cups doubles now. She's in my Cups doubles for sure.
Right. $10 feature in Brisbane. Black Piranha is a rock-solid favourite for the Stradbroke, with the bookies betting it 128. They've had a week and a half to bet on this, and they're still at 128%. They're kidding.
And win this afternoon. Number 5, Black Piranha. 4 into 3.
There's not much of him, Black Piranha, but what there is all quality. Marasco to come years ago. Well, they're falling into the gates. Singing the Stradbroke, and Absolute Glam was 100 metres marker, half the bank. Robert Jungle Rulers on the rail. 3 lengths away, Something Anything. Mr. Baritone's on the fence, and they're followed by Sniper's Bullet. Vogue Calica's next, then Marasco, rightfully yours. Further back on the field came Absolute Glam. Black Piranha's trying to thread the needle as they turn for home. Into the straight, and Jungle Ruler led past the 402 to Court Command. They're followed by Mr. Baritone getting in the clear. Marasco, Absolute Glam, and Black Piranha is staying to come down the outside. Jungle Ruler led at the 200 from Court Command. Here comes Black Piranha. Dan Lee's finishing well too, and Hortensia late. Black Piranha's raced up and grabbed the lead, and Black Piranha, the Group 1's his today. Black Piranha, he beat Dan Lee and Hortensia in the Stradbroke. It's a photo fourth between Mr. Baritone or Absolute Glam. Then came Court Command. Behind those became M70.
The Quinella for Rose Hill at $24. The Exacta 45.40. The Trifecta $2.95.
And Black Piranha, he beat Dan Lee and Hortensia in the Stradbroke.
Scenes like never before seen on Stradbroke Day yesterday.
No, it's been a great ride with this horse, and yesterday was his day. So it's been a great last couple of months with this horse.
Well, just watching you in this vision, we've watched this quite a few times.
How did you pull up, Sean? Because you look like you might have pulled something there.
Scenes, though. It's outstanding. Yes.
There.
Yes, well, Andrew, that Ascot Carnival underway, and you'll see it all on Sky this week. And, of course, Scenic Blast is the ruling favourite at $3.50. That's for the King Stand.
He's looking,
And the Aussies are trying to take our loot here. Scenic Blast, 11-4 from stool 15.
Ho and Anglezog towards the rear. Cannonball is completely outpaced. The Australian Raider Scenic Blast on the far side. Yellow Cat, White Face is going very well at the moment as they run down inside the final quarter mile. Equiano, Borderless Scott, near side Fleeting Spirit from Amur Proper. Here's Scenic Blast now charging at them and charges into the lead. Entering the final furlong is Scenic Blast by 2.5 lengths. Captain Gerard finishing well. Fleeting Spirit on the near side is rallying well, but it's going to go to Australia again. And Scenic Blast wins the King Stand. Fleeting Spirit is second. Tight third. Anglezark on the near side, probably third. Then Captain Gerard.
Oh, that was terrific. It was like an exercise canter for him, Mac.
World class.
What a performance.
World class. Wins the we shouldn't have, Graham, we shouldn't have been surprised at all by that win. It was a brilliant win, but he's performed as a Group 1 back in the Melbourne Festival of Racing this year. He's a proven horse.